Welcome back everyone to another episode of ShadeTV. My name is Marissa Hill and today we're going to be talking about the Louis Vuitton collaboration done with Nike on the Air Force One lows. And this is in the gym green colorway. Let's take a quick sneak peek. Welcome back everyone to another unboxing and review. Today we are going to be talking about one of the most difficult sneakers to cop last year in 2022. I know that the sneaker really didn't make many top 10 lists, and a part of that was because these were so expensive and so hard to get. One of the things I noticed is no one really has too much content out there on these as far as actually styling them and really having them on foot. So for those of you who were able to cop a pair of these, congrats, because obviously these were so hard to obtain, but also I think that this is just such an amazing memorabilia of Virgil Abloh, who at the time used to be the creative director of Louis Vuitton. So first we'll start off with the overview on these, jump into size and fit, followed by how I styled this really beautiful green and white colorway. Then we'll conclude with how crazy these are currently doing on the resale market. So let's jump right into it. For those of you who are huge fans of Virgil Abloh, he was such an amazingly talented human being who is so very missed. I'm just so ecstatic that I get to do an unboxing on these because let me tell you, these are an incredible feeling and looking sneaker. Definitely something you have to hold and touch and see and have in hand to really understand how amazing these sneakers came out. So again, Virgil was the artistic director of Louis Vuitton. He's done many collabs with Nike and Jordan brand. So we've seen many different silhouettes from him. And this again is just an amazing classic silhouette, the Air Force One, which is a huge part as to why these were so sought after because this is such a popular silhouette. But again, these also released in different color variations. This one again is in this beautiful gym green colorway. And basically before the release, there were around 8 friends and family colorways in total. So this was just one colorway of those variations. I'm just happy to honestly have one color variation in hand, but the upper was crafted with a 2-tone white base layer. You can just, by touching this, feel the difference in quality of any Air Force One I've honestly had in hand. You can really feel the luxury in the material that they've added on here. And it's embossed with the LV signature print, as you can kind of see when I hold it into the light there. And the LV print is on the side paneling as well as the toe here in a larger kind of print on top of that green. And then as we work our way up, we've got crisp white laces, and then we have some other alternative laces as well. This has lace-it on the top, which typically on other collaborations that Virgil has done, it's typically shoelaces. So I do love that they switched up with those quotations and made it a lace-it. So really cool to see just subtle changes, but you know, it's nice to see variation once in a while. But again, that slightly enlarged just logo and print is on the green. As you can see, it works its way onto the eyelets. And then on the side here, we also have Louis Vuitton and Nike branding in white on top of that tumbled green leather. And the tongue also has that similar LV print that's embossed as well. So they've included that to go all the way to the top of the tongue. The interior is a little bit different. So we've got all mesh for the interior. Again, it's kind of bringing streetwear intermixed with that high-end fashion. So they definitely intermix the two by adding in the mesh for the interior on there. The insole has LV and is in black and white. If you do flip though the insole over, you'll see underneath it does have that LV print as well as on the bottom of the sneaker itself. So they definitely spent some extra time and really just branding the sneaker pretty much everywhere. So let's take a look at those details, then move along to the side paneling. All right, so working our way to the side paneling, again, just more of that beautiful Louis Vuitton signature print on the white and green, as well as the Nike swoosh mark, which has that beautiful stitching in the matching green tone. Then we've got the typical Virgil print that has a nice splash of this pop of gold. We also have the signature Louis Vuitton Paris on the back of the heel here in that beautiful gold color tone. And as we wrap around to the lateral side, you'll notice that we have a nice kind of lime green tone here. And again, just the same color blocking as well as the same print on the lateral side of the sneaker itself. And then when we work our way to the bottom of the midsole, we do have your typical standard Air Force One midsole, so they didn't change anything there. The only key difference is that we've got both of the original Air Force One print on the bottom here, and then we have the off-white print on top and quotation marks for the Air and that splash of gym green on top of the white. As we work our way to the outsole, that's also just completely covered in the gym green colorway. So as far as the textures go, one of the things I love about this is how they've really switched out the texture of the sneaker itself. So the green is really almost feels like this nice canvas texture, while the leather is just nice, smooth and crisp and clean in that white tone. All right, and so as some simple additions to the sneaker as well, we do have this really cool hang tag. So this is in the signature colorway. I've had so many Louis Vuitton pieces in this just signature brown tone. And this looks like a really cool way to attach it to the sneaker. It's in the complete swoosh mark and it wraps around in the front here where there's a little opening so it can hang on your sneaker. A little bit bulky, but it is kind of cool to have that option. We also have some duster bags as well. These are pretty high quality, high-end duster bags. You can kind of feel when you rub it together how thick these are, and you get 2 of them. And then as far as the box goes, we do just have that signature Louis Vuitton print all over just a classic brown box. All right, let's take a look at all those last and final details. Okay, so typically I size down, and this was actually a 7.5. I usually feel like it is so big when I go with my regular size on Air Force One lows. For some reason, I don't know if it's just the materials that they used in the silhouette, but my actual true size works okay, especially with a little bit of thicker socks. I do have a tad bit of extra space in the back, but not as much as I typically have when it comes to your standard Air Force One. A lot of it I feel like has to do with the fact that this is a definitely thicker tongue than your typical Air Force One, as well as I feel like there's just a lot of extra additional padding on the heel of this. So that just kind of takes up a little more space, making it more form-fitting and obviously closer to your realistic real size. All right, so now let's talk about how I style this really fun pop of green. For this look, I decided to wear this off-the-shoulder, sleeveless, gray crew neck, and I feel like gray just really is complementary with green, so I decided to pair that with these green shorts. For this look, I decided to wear some just nice khaki cargo pants with a green, simple, cropped t-shirt to match the green hue in these perfectly. For this look, I definitely wanted to go with a more upscale feel, so I decided to go with some patterns. I love mixing and matching patterns. Obviously, this is a nice high-end sneaker, so I wanted to rock this kind of silk printed blouse with matching pants to give it more of a resort feel. Now let's conclude with how these are currently doing on the resale market. So these retailed at $2,750. I know, a crazy price point, but makes sense because this is a luxury collaboration. And as far as the resale goes on these, of course, these are quite limited. So on the lower end, they're going for $5K. On the higher end, there are asks as high as $55,000. So pretty crazy to see like how well these are doing for resellers out there. And again, just has to do with the fact that these were extremely difficult to get in 2022. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for joining us. My name is Marissa Hill. This is ShadeTV. We will catch you on the next episode.